Hello everyone. Welcome back, this is Mr. Mysterious, your guide into the depths of the unknown. Today, we're delving into the unsettling realm of horrific, allegedly true paranormal stories that will send shivers down your spine. Who lurk in the shadows, hiding secrets that will leave you questioning the safety of your own community. But before we plunge into the abyss, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the darkest secrets and spine-chilling tales that I bring to light. Now, let the exploration of the unknown begin. This is Mr. Mysterious, and these are disturbing, horrific, allegedly true paranormal stories that will haunt your dreams. Let's dive in.
In the small town of Blackwood, nestled deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, there stood an imposing mansion known as Blackwood Manor. This grand estate had been the talk of the town for decades, shrouded in chilling tales of inexplicable occurrences and malevolent spirits that seemingly defied the laws of the living. The story began in the late 19th century when the wealthy Sinclair family commissioned the construction of Blackwood Manor. The mansion's Gothic architecture and opulent design spoke of prosperity and refinement, but as the saying goes, appearances can be deceiving. The Sinclairs, a family of prestige and influence, were known for their dark dealings and the mistreatment of the townsfolk. Rumors swirled about secret rituals conducted in the depths of the mansion, and townspeople spoke of eerie lights emanating from the windows late at night. The turning point came when young Abigail Sinclair, the heiress to the family fortune, fell in love with a lowly stable hand named Daniel. Forbidden from pursuing such a relationship by her overbearing father, Abigail and Daniel hatched a plan to elope and start a new life far from the oppressive shadows of Blackwood Manor. Their escape, however, was thwarted on a stormy night as they attempted to slip away undetected. Abigail's father, driven by rage and a desire to maintain the family's reputation, discovered the young lovers in the act of fleeing. In a fit of fury, he murdered Daniel and, in a twisted act of punishment, imprisoned Abigail within the cold, dark confines of the mansion's hidden catacombs. The townspeople, aware of the Sinclairs' malevolence, suspected foul play but were powerless against the family's influence. Over time, the mansion gained a reputation for being cursed, with locals claiming to hear Abigail's anguished cries echoing through the night. As the years passed, the Sinclair family met a gruesome end. Each member died under mysterious circumstances, leaving Blackwood Manor abandoned and falling into disrepair. The townsfolk, still haunted by the legends of the cursed estate, avoided it at all costs, attributing any strange occurrences in the area to the vengeful spirits of the Sinclairs. In the early 20th century, a group of paranormal investigators led by renowned psychic medium Amelia Hartley decided to unravel the mysteries surrounding Blackwood Manor. Drawn by the allure of the supernatural, Amelia and her team embarked on a chilling journey to uncover the truth that lingered within the decaying walls of the mansion. Their first night inside Blackwood Manor was uneventful, with the investigators dismissing the rumors as mere superstitions. However, as the clock struck midnight, the atmosphere within the mansion shifted. Unseen hands brushed against their skin, and disembodied whispers filled the air. Amelia, sensitive to the supernatural, claimed to feel the overwhelming presence of Abigail's tormented soul. Guided by an unseen force, the team descended into the hidden catacombs where Abigail had been imprisoned all those years ago. The air grew colder, and the flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows on the damp stone walls. As they delved deeper into the darkness, Amelia's connection with the spirit world intensified. In a room concealed behind a crumbling brick wall, the investigators discovered a decaying wooden door that led to a forgotten chamber. Within, they found a dusty, dilapidated crib surrounded by spectral remnants of a nursery. Amelia, overcome with psychic impressions, described the room as the place where Abigail's unborn child had perished along with her dreams of a life free from the shackles of Blackwood Manor. As the investigators attempted to communicate with the lingering spirits, a malevolent force manifested itself. Objects hurled through the air, and ghastly apparitions materialized before their eyes. The temperature plummeted, and the investigators felt an overwhelming sense of dread. It was as if the tortured souls of the Sinclairs were determined to keep their secrets buried. Amelia, driven by a desire to free Abigail's spirit, performed a séance in the heart of the catacombs. The air crackled with energy as she called upon the entities trapped within Blackwood Manor. Suddenly, the room fell silent, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. In a chilling whisper, Abigail's voice echoed through the chamber, expressing gratitude for the investigators' efforts. With a final plea for peace, her spirit faded away, leaving behind a lingering sense of closure. The investigators, shaken by the intensity of the encounter, emerged from the catacombs with a newfound respect for the supernatural and a sense that they had freed the tormented souls of Blackwood Manor. To this day, the once dreaded mansion stands as a testament to the inexplicable forces that can bind the living and the dead. The town of Blackwood, now free from the sinister influence of the Sinclairs, has embraced the eerie tale as a cautionary reminder of the consequences that befall those who succumb to darkness. In the heart of New England, nestled amid overgrown trees and shrouded in a perpetual mist, stood the imposing St. Agnes Asylum. A once grand institution, its towering Victorian architecture spoke of a bygone era. However, the stained history of St. Agnes lingered in the air, casting a long shadow over the small town of Ravenscroft. St. Agnes Asylum, established in the late 19th century, was intended to be a sanctuary for the mentally afflicted. The founders, inspired by progressive ideas of the time, aimed to provide compassionate care and healing for those deemed too troubled for mainstream society. Yet, as the years passed, the asylum became a chamber of horrors, concealing dark secrets and unspeakable atrocities. The harrowing tale begins with Dr. Jonathan Harrow, the chief physician at St. Agnes. A charismatic and respected figure, he garnered the trust of the town and the families who entrusted their loved ones to his care. However, behind closed doors, Dr. Harrow's methods took a sinister turn. Patients at St. Agnes were subjected to cruel and inhumane treatments under the guise of medical progress. Unsanitary conditions, experimental procedures, and neglect became the norm within the asylum's cold, sterile walls. Rumors circulated among the townspeople, hinting at the screams that echoed through the night and the flickering lights visible from the outside. One chilling account, passed down through generations, involves a young nurse named Eleanor who worked at St. Agnes during its darkest days. She chronicled her experiences in a hidden diary, detailing the torment inflicted upon the vulnerable residents. According to her entries, the asylum's basement harbored a secret chamber where Dr. Harrow conducted macabre experiments in an attempt to unlock the mysteries of the human mind. As the asylum's reputation tarnished, whispers of supernatural occurrences within its confines intensified. Staff members reported unsettling encounters with apparitions, and patients claimed to hear phantom footsteps and disembodied whispers in the dead of night. The once hallowed halls of St. Agnes became a breeding ground for malevolent energies that seemed to feed on the suffering of the tormented souls trapped within. The turning point came in the winter of 1923 when a fire engulfed St. Agnes Asylum, reducing it to a charred ruin. The townspeople, either unaware of or unwilling to acknowledge the atrocities that had occurred within its walls, considered the fire a merciful end to the asylum's grim legacy. Decades later, the ruins of St. Agnes remain standing as a haunting reminder of the town's dark past. The air around the dilapidated structure felt heavy with the weight of unresolved trauma and lingering spirits. Locals avoided the site, attributing any unusual occurrences in the vicinity to the restless souls of the asylum's victims. In the 1980s, a group of urban explorers fascinated by the macabre history of St. Agnes decided to venture into the decaying remains of the asylum. Armed with flashlights and a morbid curiosity, they navigated the crumbling corridors and dilapidated rooms, unaware of the supernatural forces that lay in wait. As night fell, the explorers entered the remnants of the asylum's basement, the very chamber where Dr. Harrow had conducted his heinous experiments. The air grew colder, and a palpable sense of dread settled over the group. Despite their skepticism, uneasy glances were exchanged as shadows seemed to dance in the flickering beams of their flashlights. The group reached the charred remains of the secret chamber, its walls stained with the sins of the past. It was then that they began to hear the whispers, indistinct murmurs that seemed to emanate from the very walls of St. Agnes. As the explorers strained to decipher the haunting voices, a name echoed through the darkness: Eleanor. Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the chamber, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into total darkness. Panic set in as the whispers grew louder, surrounding the explorers like an otherworldly chorus. In the pitch-black void, they felt an unseen presence, and the temperature plummeted to an unnatural chill. Terrified, the group stumbled their way back through the ruins, guided only by the distant glow of the moon. As they reached the perimeter of St. Agnes, the whispers faded, leaving behind an eerie silence. The explorers, shaken to their core, shared a collective realization: the tormented spirits of St. Agnes Asylum still lingered, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. In the weeks that followed, each member of the exploration team reported strange occurrences in their lives. Nightmares plagued their sleep, and phantom whispers echoed in their ears during waking hours. It seemed as though the spirits of St. Agnes had chosen to make their presence known beyond the decaying walls of the asylum. Word of the paranormal encounter spread through Ravenscroft, reigniting the town's collective fear of the malevolent energies that surrounded St. Agnes. The ruins, already avoided by the superstitious, became a place of dread where the veil between the living and the supernatural seemed thin. To this day, the ruins of St. Agnes Asylum stand as a chilling testament to the horrors that unfolded within its walls. The town of Ravenscroft, burdened by the weight of its dark history, tiptoes around the remnants of the asylum, haunted by the whispers of the tormented souls who refuse to be forgotten. The shadows of St. Agnes continue to whisper their tales, a somber reminder that some nightmares endure long after the flames have died down.